Hayi black tax angiboni into kubantu abancane kumele beyibhadala abantu abasha cause ne lifestyle thina esifuna ukuyiphila it's a little bit fast for thina, so I think it's a must ukuthi for thina sisiphilise.
Abazali bethu were scraping like bebe pusha kanzima ukuthi singene ezikolweni isiqede, so it's only right ukuthi siphindisele leyo mali leyo. It's not like nabo ba expectile, but it's just doing the right thing.
I-black tax akunyanzelekanga ba umuntu ayenza, but it's the right thing to do. It's only fair ba uncedisa abazali bakho oko bekuphethe since wazalwa badwa yofika maybe e-university besokola nawo, so I feel like it's fair ba mawubuyisele bancedise nabo ke baphumle.
As a young person, black tax, you're supposed to actually do it, even though you're born free, because in a way, you bring you study, they helped you study those things, so you can also help them in another way of like, okay, let me bring this person up. Probably even if you buy them a house or something, they own something.
How le motho we tsore ke batla bonna ke a good life, you know, ke batla gore le nna ba gole batle ba nne self reliant ba khone go itirela le bone gore e re nna bana ba ka ba tlhoka thuso later on in life. I'm not saying it's a give and take, but we tsela gore le motho gore motho a gago as a family member o tla khone go thusa.
Tumelang rala amogela mo Daily Thetha on SABC 1. Mzansi for sure. Nakalina ke Tumelo sitlogolo sa mathomo sa Mothotoane, and today, well, we have a very interesting topic eleng gore re swanetse go discussa ene ke black tax. Ke tsore mo leng gae we pusha gore black tax ke tseba tax fela ya SARS. Well, tax of course la tseba gore ya metsi mang le mang o leng gore tsentse wa thushe basodi ba gae ko gae. O filo ka re ka fe salary ya gago o ka se je o le one. Tsentse o thushe bana ko gae ba sekolong, o thushe batswadi, motlhomo o agele le batswadi ntlo. Re bone ge our very own child star ona leng ko yo TV Musa na tweetila Instagramile picture lenguru o agetse mosodi wa gaentlo. So sometimes we feel like we have to do our best to help family before we come to us. So the question we're asking is to pay black tax or not.
Job soshilo Dumi igama lami Kini Shandu, namhlanje sikhuluma ngayi black tax ukuthi kubalekile yini ukuthi uyikhokhe noma unayo ichoice ukuthi ungayikhokha. Abantu abaningi abasebenzayo abancane bakhala ukuthi abakwazi ukuphumelela empilweni zabo benza izinto abazifunayo ngenxa ukuthi unalo mgomo ukuthi kumele ubhekelele abantu basekhaya, and lokho kugcina ngempela ususenkingeni yokuthi ungasayi phambili, usalokhu une burden ekhona abantu abakini amazala bakho, cousin bakho nanoma ubani oclose nawe empilweni yakho.
I think ubulela nete Kini because go ka tseba ge gore most of the statistics they are bontsha gore most of the unemployed youth in the country are at 39% compared to their white counterparts, while they're sitting at 8.3%. So I want to say this burden is the black majority of South Africa, and there is no way I can do anything without budget.
And inkinga enkulu futhi kuma families asinawo ukuthi mawungakhokhi le black tax uyaqalekiswa kuthiwa awingane engalungile, ingane engazenza izinto eziright, nanokuthi ungazi ukuthi ngempela kumele kwenzakale kanjani. Namhlanje sobe sibheka kakhulukazi isimene sinjengalokho nabantu abasinabo nabo bazosikhulumela ukuthi bona ngokubona kwabo sikhona isidingo or into ongekwazi uyibalekela i-black tax.
Well, can you tell us on 011 3391315 or you're on Facebook and Twitter at daily_Thetha, on Instagram ki Daily Thetha_SABC1 or skalebala go hashtag black tax and hashtag daily so re tsebe gore re la ka ntwe one. So at amgeleng our studio audience members, thank you for joining us. Welcome. My sister already unale comment mo tlhomo ka black tax o tsebang ka yona, and what's your comment around it?
Okay. Na nthe enka buang ke hore batswadi ba rona a ke re ba re hodisitse thata, so se tlamleng research, it's not paying them back, but it's doing it out of life. It's a way of thanking bona hore ke leboa hore o nghodisitse. The thing rona tlamleng re etse gore re be honest ko go bona hore ha ke gole tšhelete e ngata, so what I can do gore ke le thuse ka kgwedi nka le fa bokana le bokana, because as rona really educated, they think hore we are earning much, that is why they are expecting much.
Is it something you need to do every month, or you can just as and when you are unemali khona kwen?
For me, ngicabanga ukuthi into engayenza every month, because indlela esenza ngayo the economic circulation iyakhuphuka, so mangazitshela ukuthi ngizomenzela into enkulu uzogcina expect enkulu, but when I do it monthly ngizokwazi kumtshela ukuthi maybe a month ngizokupha imali engaka ngicela uyamkele naye uzobonga.
All right. Another comment?
I feel
The reason why it's referred to as black tax, it's because tina abantu abamnyama in our black communities. Sikhula ngabazali abasokolayo. Nami ngikhuluso ugogo, my mom was a domestic worker. So it's surely ukuthi kuyazeka ukuthi she expects me ukuthi uvuyela makasebenza makaloka ngisesikolweni enginingi 2 rand yokukhera. She's expecting ukuthi yazini maybe just maybe uvuyela if asebenza she'll liberate us from this poverty. So I feel ukuthi it's very important ukuthi to give back to your parents because they are struggling for ukuthi wena to become a better person. And when you are a better person now fanele wenzeni overseas now. We're not saying ukuthi they become your burden, but each month uyazi ukuthi you know what, this is how much I'm contributing.
I don't think gore o tla argue gore but motswadi wa ka I didn't choose to be born. Le decide le batswadi ba ka gore I'm going to be born and ne le responsibility ga gore o ntlhokomela. Why is it that ke ska leboga fela ka mantsu ke re ke a leboga? Why do I also have to show it ka chelete?
But now what I want to ask is, would you be happy when now financially stable, but yet at home they're struggling? When now ojadi zinga wing simwa oja papa kameti. I don't think that's right. Tlamle ho be na le balance between how you living and your parents are living.
Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
And we also have social media as well, Daily_Thetha on Facebook, now go Twitter, and so first check and good and abantu batina about the topic and I'm to I see so we shall main switch. Hapola, uti supporting your family does not mean you owe them. It come from a heart knowing how suffering means to them. Yeah, that's just a comment from social media.
Absolutely.
And now to about
we're talking about black tax and black tax black tax is a term it's very popular in South Africa whereby it refers to after graduating before there's no way you can enjoy success so Facebook Daniel Kingping Malachi or I don't think it's a burden to help. It is your duty as their child to help them because no one will, of course, is a sign of appreciation for everything that they do. So I think maybe leave the term. For some people might think it's problematic or as a black tax, it's actually a sign of appreciation.
I think one kumdomnyama as well uwabhekana SMS njengalesi and abanyeke abakuthatha ngokuthi tax bathatha ukuthi nje kumele usize ma umuntu asikho isidingo sokuthi uze mhlawumbe utshelwe or wenze into enjengaleyo but nango omunye usaziwayo wethu Dr. Malinga ozobe akakhahle namhlanje ne is not kicking ozobe sichazela abazi namhlanje ukuthi yena uyibona kanjani indaba ye black tax
akulaleki mawungabhadali black tax.
Hi, I'm Dr. Malinga from Lingus Entertainment. Hey, ngomunye opatela black tax and I afford a black tax. Hey, let me sing for you. Giyi Casanova. Hey, Giyi Casanova. I see yegele. Aglaleg monima, laglaleg. Black tax is like recovering from the struggle. Abanye bangayibeka ngathi ngathi abazali bakho bakudla imali. Ufuna ukudla ubani? Ngoba nawe self boyidla imali yabo yona le mali yamatswayi lele bodla ipapa netswayi it was cause of them bahamba bayosebenza emakitchen so that they can help you become a better person or become a worse person that you are today saying that is a black tax. It's not a tax, mama. It's you helping people, helping your parents. But there are such parents laba ukuthi mawungathi umnika i5 opatha why not 2 rand? No. We don't want parents like that. Those parents like that, they make you the black tax. Because of bayafuna bona. Uzakutshela ukuthi ngifaka isikole. Uzacountel. We don't want such parents, yabona. I am a father to be. ingena ngibona izinkwa ziza ngamalofo manje leziza ngamaslange ziza ngamalofo zingena so ngithenga imoto so yabona so ngachoose ukuthi okay let me not buy a car let me build a house first for my mother and my grandmother first before mina ngizozenzela uNkulunkulu wami kangisebenzisa ukuthi ngikhona ukuba nginceda do you understand I know the struggle I think ugogo wami or no mama wami if they wanted to build a house ngeke kudala bayakhile but ngoba banamali so that's why abayakhanga yabona so nami ngabona ukuthi ngeke ngibe selfish this is the same house lengikhulele kiyo is the same house lebe ngikhalela ukuthi kube ne cheese anytime efridge yabona so nami kumele ngichange situation ila ngene khona ngama cheese nama bricks intina nama cement imali seyaphela imali yama Ferrari seyaphela imali yama yabona ya ina bro ine bro
Sabukeli Daily Thetha on SABC 1 Mzansi for sure and namhlanje sikhuluma about i-black tax nanokuthi abantu abasha laba bakhona bayibuka kanjani yona bayibona kuyenye into ebathwalisa umthwalo bengabesaya phambili bezithola sebesebenzele emuva yinto ngasonke isikhathi umuntu omnyama kumele understand nje ukuthi mawuphuma kwi-family kumele nawe futhi ubatakule abanye kungaphumeleli wona wedwa.
Kini and usikalebala ga gore nyako all your comments on social media on Facebook le Twitter kerna @daily_Thetha and on Instagram kerna @daily_Thetha_SABC1 #blacktax and #dailythetha so that re tseba gore o bolela ka topic ele gono fela ga today we're joined in studio by Ntabeleng Slangu olengore ke executive assistant as well as Phumzile Nkosi olengore ke a student both of them these black young ladies ke balengore they have experiences and testimonies around black tax so are going from bona welcome
thank you Phumzile ngicale kwi case yakho you student kanjani ukuthi use student ube futhi usukhokha i-black tax because I think as a student fuza ngabe family yakhe yona sa take care of you a case yakho ithi ayihluke kancane take us through.
Okay, so into ekumele sicabange futhi is that as black people we're still suffering from institutionalized racism and white privilege as well. We have to understand that we're coming from ground zero. Ngezinto eziningi. Ekhaya abantu abasebenzi because they didn't get a good education from the beginning. So there's a lot of unemployed people. And mina mese ngifunde esikoleni there's a monthly allowance engiyitholayo. So with that monthly allowance I can't be expecting my siblings to be sitting at home and I'm living a quite comfortable life when I'm at school. I get food from areas so I need to be able to help out where I can.
And for someone olengore o lebeletse kwa ga mara o student don't you think it's wise to study and then go fetch khona go ba thusha or are there other means telling no khona motlhomo go ba thusha while you're a student?
But the thing is, when you're a student, you can't be looking at that in a vacuum. Your life isn't just one-dimensional. You're a student, however, you're a student from a underprivileged home. So you need to be taking that into consideration. You can't be expecting a lifestyle yako with ifane nama students amanye. Yes, your counterparts are working towards getting a license and personal development, but then those are things that need to fall back a little bit, considering as black people.
We touch up le mali okwazi ukuthi uphinde ubhekelele ngayo ifamily yakho and also as well ayinazo nidingo ezibalekile leyo mali.
Nginazo idingo zami. So at the same time, I'm not the sole breadwinner. I have siblings and my aunts and my family are helping out because we lost our parents when we were very young. So everyone is helping out to try and raise them. What I have is an allowance from high school. So I'm able to help out where I can.
All right, Thabeleng, we also welcome you. Now, when your story is a bit different, Gauru, you're not a student. You are also an employed young person in South Africa. Mara, what your experience with black tax?
As a o support batho ba kolona as such. You're just helping them out. As much as ke na le bana ba ko gae ba banyane tshonetse ke bone gore ke ba thusa mo mama ka asa khoneng teng as much as I was raised by a single parent papa ka wile a tlhokafala and then I won't expect gore mama ka every time tshonetse a cater di needs tsa rona for rona kaofela as much as nna ke ena that little something at least mo ba shotang teng ke bone gore ke etsa jwang.
All right.
And as well, just before ngikudedele ukuthi are you feeling the pressure yokuthi yo mhlawumbe usebenza nomngane wakho earning almost the same salary yena usenezinto eziningi but wena uzithola ukuthi imali yakhe eningi ibuyela back edladleni kunokuthi iye phambili entweni ofuna ukuzenza?
No, ayikho ipressure ngoba not every time akusinto ya every time ileyo nginceda la ngikhona ukunceda khona ngesikhathi engikhona ukunceda ngaso because they know ukuthi nami nginama needs ami personal. So kwamele ngivale ama needs wami ngivale awabo. That's the only thing that I do.
You know Phumzile, as a student, I think one of the things I can relate to ke sometimes I khona bala ulu sekolo ngotse ba gore ko gae, you know, ba phela byang or your siblings baja eng or habaji kana go it can actually affect your studies, and that's why you push yourself or even though first year or second year unyakale ka ba skoroponyana gore khono thusha when mentally as far as who dedicate to your studies and your mind to your studies you affectile jwang this thing of having to think about studying and passing and think of looking for a job and providing.
That's actually a very good question because at the end of the year last year I was suffering from depression because you know you sit eskoleni and you're trying to study and you're just trying to think these people at home, what are they eating? Do they actually have food? And you think about all of these things and eventually go back because it doesn't break the cycle of poverty. Because right now you're trying to work towards AMA goals so you can help them out. But then now you have to go back home to treat the same thing. So now you become a burden. So that circle of poverty, it feels like you can't just break out of it. And into a black text, the term actually annoys me because it refers now to what black people do. The issue isn't what we do. You have to think about how we're deliberately and systematically shut out of Zinto's. Like, you have to travel far from the school, so you use more money. You still have to build ikaya because you don't have ikaya. You have to put no good. So it's not so much the burden, because everyone takes care of their families, white, black, colored. It's just the issues that we have to face on top of that should be what is called a black tax.
And I'll ask this question, and no more running open door. What would you do better? Going forward, let's say you have your kids as well, or now you expect it your kids now, but they need to pay like sort of a black tax. What would you do better when engane zakho?
Imali, as black tax, you shouldn't just be paying monthly fees, get food, get in. You should be trying to alleviate poverty by making sure you're helping towards studying fees. Maybe you're helping with things that will be sustainable because you can't your entire life carrying people on your shoulders. It's not going to work out. It's not sustainable. You need to be able to make sure that they can now take care of themselves.
And also, you know, as and also the system, of course, previously were disadvantaged as what do you think can be done to sort of break that generational cycle of poverty, break that generational cycle of how can we contribute? Because at the end of the day, situation we need to find a way forward.
Now it's their monthly budgets. So more budgeting how make sure maybe okenya that little because we cannot go out there and shine while kontlung a go monate and a go nanexe bana ba ko gae ba ba re latelang le bone tshwantse ba followe mo o tsamayang teng at the end of the day wena go tshwana le gore ba sheba ko wena.
Interesting.
Nice one to me. I'm checking something on Facebook, very interesting from Upatu Mokatsi Uti. You feel you feel forced because you have to better yourselves, but because family needs you, you end up assisting. Like you want to go again, but you feel like he's forced to do this thing.
And also and I think the question is so relevant because people are about the family needs. Speaking about that engagement before I go inserting, do you discuss budget? Do you discuss how much they need? Because my lingo sometimes over 5 bob $2 rand. Do you actually have to communicate Lebon?
No, I don't think so to communicate Lebon because I care when on sakalagato la gago. Mo o bonang gore o ka thusa ko teng. So when I go obafa obafang yone, then bone they just appreciate because aba bangata batho ba ba etsang jwalo, especially youth here today. Ba feel gore they're not forced to do that because no tshwantse wena o thuse because you're the one that knows the situation ya ko lona.
Alrighty then. Well, we've heard what they had to say. Very, very interesting points telling where they're coming from. The guest star na lokho nile gona mo daily tete like a black taxi and really go starting rabucha batho ba ngapa go le bona ba dira jwang ka black tax, and I think we refer to black mara. We went to the streets, asked some people from the Risa, Makaladi, my Indians, and also Mahua Urbana, do they pay black tax?
Okay, no, I'm not obliged to take care of family members once I start working.
I am obliged to take care of my family because they they took care of me through my whole entire lifetime. Now I feel like I need to return the favor.
Yes, I feel obliged to start looking after my family members when I start working because they've looked after me my whole life and I'd want to give it back to them.
No, I'm not obliged because my mom and dad both work, they have good jobs, and I'm going to university so I can start getting what I want once I'm finished university and start a life or whatever.
Yes, I am obliged to take care of my family because, well, since I was young, they've pretty much taken care of me.
Well, I believe we are obliged to take care of our family when we start working, since they have taken care of us since we were little, educated us, and we are only where we are today because of them. So I believe that definitely we are obliged. As they grow older, they become incapable of doing things themselves. Therefore, we should be able to be there for them and take care of them.
Daily Thetha. SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Of course, this is the place where youth are taking charge. And about black tax and the effects with paying black tax. But we are also joining by a studio audience, experts and also guests. They have testimonies to share, including Wenamorai. So we want to hear your voice. Make sure we're social media on Facebook at daily_Thetha, including Twitter. But on Instagram, we are Daily Thetha _SABC1. So please, #Daily Thetha.
Njengoba seshilo nje uTumi ukuthi sibhekene nodouble khulu kakhulukazi emakhaya intsha eningi yakhala ukuthi bazithola bengasayi phambili nanokuthi if ungayikhokhi le black tax ama families amaningi akuqalekisa Tumi akubiza ngawonke amagama ukuthi usiqalekiso la ecekeni ngoba ukwazi ukuthi uafford but njengamanje sinama guests wethu asihambele radio and TV personality Masithaba uNdlovu uyaphila ma
Ngiyaphila baba kunjani
yeah wangibiza kamnandi siyakumukela as well as the musician Jackie Kabida. Are you good?
I'm well and you?
All right ma'am. Good. Awuculi namhlanje sokhuluma nge-black tax, ne?
Yeah, let's talk about money. We also sing about black tax. There you go.
So, Kajeni, let's start with you. Yes, ma'am. You host a radio show which discusses social life issues on a daily basis. And before we even get to the complexities black tax, let's talk about the term black tax. Is it undesirable? Is it a word is derogatory, or somehow it doesn't reflect the realities around black tax, in your opinion?
I'm so happy you asked me that question because the term black tax is problematic. I think when we're looking at it from the perspective that we're looking at it, which is a Eurocentric perspective, honestly, when you give money to the church, you don't call it religious tax, you call it tithing. And I feel as though sometimes we need to go back to basics. If you think about the fact that pre-colonization, there were no homeless people because neruputana. I see it as a spiritual investment as an African child because at the end of the day, so we need to go back to our values. But with that said, I also believe because now the question is, what are you doing to break the generational curse of what essentially is inherited intergenerational poverty?
I see. Jake, let me come to you. And can you, as Joe Muntomosha, say at home, no, I cannot afford to pay you guys, and communicate that with your parents?
Well,
do you think it's possible?
Thanks to Facebook and Instagram, I can't, unfortunately. When because everybody knows I had a gig.
Got a new car.
So everyone's like, yeah, no nali gig, ko 100 rand, ko reka ing. But you know what, I agree completely with you. Yes, I am able to tell my family, look, I'm also doing a couple of things that I need to do. I've also got a son to raise. There's things in my future and in my son's future that I've got to make sure that I can afford for him. So wherever I can help, I'm more than willing to assist. It's just something, it's Ubuntu, we're born that way. And you're right, we keep changing the names of things and trying to make them more negative than they actually are. As black people, we know that there are certain things we have to do, and we love doing that. We love investing in each other. That's how we show that we care about each other.
And Masaba, let's go back to something interesting you mentioned about, blessings. Let's talk about, the tie between ho the blessings of Fumana. You find a lot of time about, you're going to be blessed. Oh, Mama is going to put blessings upon your life. Is that true?
Yes, I believe in that. I mean, when my grandmother, bless her soul, was on her deathbed, I would remember every single time the little that I brought her so that she was able to sustain herself in that time. She would hold my hand and sune and she would bless me, and she would ask for God to bless me with everything in my life that I deserve and that I desire. And I feel it. And when I communicate with her, even now, that she's not physically there anymore, I know she's looking after me. I know she got me. She's got my back.
But still, ngifuna ukubuza la ekuthenini ama-parents amaningi you'll find ukuthi umuntu take i-package from emsebenzini and take that money and invest into ingane yakhe, where you go to school and they expect you to pay them back and everything. But isn't that supposed to vele umthwalo womzali ukuthi take care of ingane without expecting something?
Yeah, I think it is very wrong gore motswadi o tlo expecta gore ngwana o tla o thusa, because at the end of the day, I understand that black people see it as an investment that you're going to take me out of this poverty. But with that said, there has to be an understanding, as Jackie has said, you have to survive. We have to measure the value of what you're able to contribute with your life, with your needs. But on the other side of the coin, you know, one of the things I love about the way that Islam the way that people who are Muslim, in Islam, you don't let your neighbor suffer if you have something. You can't live in a mansion if your neighbor's living in a shack. We understand and twejual. But there has to be some type of understanding. Understanding
Right. And then also, Jackie, I mean, when we look at, just looking back at Sona, I know we had a Sona episode, but one of the themes Selon mentioned is, you know, the theme of radical economic transformation in South Africa. And for sure, perhaps my question from a corporate perspective, do you think the employers need to consider black tax when they actually give, you know, the salaries or check out bracket? Let's consider there might be black tax, do you think, as part of economic radical transformation?
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I think it should be considered, because the thing is, we've got so much to do. We do inherit. Okay, we said that burdens is a negative word, but we do inherit, you know, some of our families' poverties and the responsibilities. Because I know, I pass them on to my cousin's child, and so on and so on. It's just things that we know we have to do. So we have to consider a little bit more when it comes to black people.
May I add on to what she's just said? I feel like the government is being unfair to the black child. How do you expect already black tax, Mara, you have to pay back money. I'm talking specifically about these student loans. It shouldn't be a loan. We are in a position where we can get free education. And we can have free education. We can have it today.
Absolutely.
But esimeni whereby uyasogola, but your family yazi ukuthi uyasebenza eGoli. How do you then kumuntu osekhaya indlela angayibeka without the family ifeel as if manje uyayilahla? Like you say, listen guys, I'm a doctor, but I still have to do 1, 2, and 3. How do you do that?
How do you communicate that with your family? I think it boils down to sitting them all down. One of the things Irsa is saying is Batu, and it's very important even to include even the helper, the domestic helper who is living in your house, and the children. People need to know your vision for your life. Where are we going as a family? Where are we right now? Sit everybody down and talk to everybody.
And I think it was important, we also had that show about how to communicate, because sometimes we also just sitting them down. Are you going to tell us what your vision is? You know, listen to us. So if anybody want to comment,
okay, it's interesting, this topic, and ibamnandi logo isikhathi. And mina into engayisho ukuthi kufanele thina abantu abansundu sibhekane ngobuthina as the Africans esibona ngakudala besistruggle. And futhi abazali bethu basebenza kanzima emakhishini ba try ukuthi by all means ukuthi basise esikolweni. And also by then ukuthi fanele ukuthi nathi contribute with a certain thing esizenzayo empilweni zethu. You have to be usisibeka qeda ukukhuluma ngebudget ukuthi each and every person ufanele ukuthi abane budget yakhe. Uyazi ukuthi 1, 2, 3 and 3 zihlala kuphi. Then bese include ifamily yakho. Ngoba mangathi abheka abokhazini nabosisi bakho baba nabantwana, and nalabantwana labo fanele ukuthi babe provided izinto. And sibheke ne economic ye country, it's not stable at the moment. If we are not doing anything as a youth, sizosibona sesifana namazwe afana no Zimbabwe, namanye nje afana no Kenya, Malawi, who are struggling. So by if ukuthi masingasizana singabantu sisizane njengosisi bekasho ukuthi ama Muslim what they do, it's a family gene actually, family translation. Anything what they do ba contributor to ukuthi empowerment yabo iye phambili.
So uthi asizane singabantu.
Alrighty then. Well, I think another comment on social media. More Facebook. As la bona Melissa, or I don't think it's a burden to help your family because nabo bangqeda. Yes, that one. Babukhulisa. So why wena ungancedi lapho? Kumele uncede khona. Mara Melissa untrepile mola. Untrepile. Eke black text. Eke black language text. But I got you, Melissa, so true.
Sabukeli Thetha on SABC Mzansi for sure. Siyanceda. Somebody break it. Siyabuya after this. Sabukeli Thetha on SABC Mzansi for sure. Namhlanje sikhuluma about black tax ukuthi into ekumele siyikhokhe yini njengabantu abamnyama noma into ongakwazi ukuthi ungayikhokhe nje futhi ungabika inkingeni and ifamily yakhe ingaqalekisi ngalokho. So besibuza ke nama expected asichazele nje kabanzi. Nani fly studios besikwazi ukuthi sikhulume nani siza umbono wena about black tax to me.
Okay, Niti, well today we're still talking about black tax. So skale bala ka gore ore tshwara ka Facebook le social media gape other platforms were there on Instagram and Twitter. Ore bo gore wena the experiences tsa okay mara please ngeta ela re bone before the break ne. Melissa black language text. Please hashtag Daily Thetha while you're still at it. And we're also joined in studio by Samke Ngwenya Olungorki, a personal financial advisor. Of course, we're also joined by Nicolette Mashilo Olungorki, an entrepreneur, just to tell us more about the experiences and what we can do to actually curb this black tax. Welcome.
Thank you.
Siyabonga kakhulu. Ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi ngombono wakho impact kanjani lento black tax to abantu abasha kakhulukazi abasaqala ukusebenza osebenesikhashana beqala ukusebenza but basafuna ukuya kude nempilo yabo.
Thank you. In my experience, I mean, I spent 7 years in banking and bengibona kakhulu abantu abasha having a lot of personal loans and big credit card debt because they wanted to help out at home. They wanted to build mhlambe umuzi for umama noma ubaba bahlale emakhaya and maybe they're even building on tribal land where you can't even get a bond. So umuntu lapho is earning about 450, 500,000. They've got a personal loan of 100,000. They understand ukuthi when you want to buy a car or buy a house, two things are going to happen. Either one, the bank will decline you because relative to your earnings. Or two, what's going to happen is you're going to get it at a very bad interest rate. Why? The banks are catering for default of payment because afford the lender. So it's very counterintuitive, banks, they slap you with an even higher payment as opposed to saying, let's lower your interest so that you can repay. So in Dabaya Black Tax is very close to my heart because I've seen how kuba nzima ukuthi umuntu aqhubeke ngoba akazi ukuthi imali yakhe iya phambili noma iya emuva. And I think the biggest thing we need to understand as black parents and as the first generation usually is successful ukuthi your level of success, guys, will be slightly limited because sinale obligation yasekhaya, okay? And also as parents ngicela understand ukuthi ngeke niphile impilo efana nezingane zenu.
That's true. That's true. All right. Nicolette, when you're an entrepreneur yourself, and sometimes instead of why osaba involve in some sort of an incoming stream or business? Because it's as similar as to cabi fish without giving them a fishing rod. So when as an entrepreneur, how do you think this generational curse of poverty can be broken by at least by an income?
You see, I think the first thing that we need to do is to differentiate between what is black tax, which for me ultimately is if you go home and somebody says, and then or somebody or which is ultimately something that always happens in black communities. Then we also need to differentiate between helping and assisting your family financially. And that's where the issue comes, is that those two things they can't go hand in hand. They can't be the same thing. And we can't describe them to people as being the same thing. Because as a person, and it's what she spoke about, you need to financially structure helping your family in your budget.
Right.
You need to plan. And as black people especially, we don't plan financially. That's why you find yourself now having all these amounts coming out. when you actually print out your bank statement and you look at what's actually happening on it, you find you've sent 500 rand to Sbanbani because beatloka diaparo tsa Christmas tsa ngwana. U sendile 250 somebody else, but because you have not planned for your life, you have not planned your financial life, so you actually don't know where your money is going. So you need to financially structure your family to a point where if now uba planeti 3,000, whether the 3,000 rand you send it as a lump sum or whether you're sending it as 3,000 we budgeting. When it comes to more than that, you say to your family, Mama, Papa, this month, next month, because this month I can't anymore. Yeah.
And there's this thing, especially to abeslisa, where you find moving out of a car, it's quite difficult for you because you understand which I need to be a big room and in corner while assisting the family, young kinto ibe right, no muzu be right. But loco, it can affect them as well because about girlfriends na back come about no sahlale kagin I can take access I gwazi go vacation sahlale kagin. As minister, do you think which corner abanye abantu abafakele pressure kwabanye abantu azithole as a mover engakabe biko ready to move ayohlala yedwa?
I think the only thing that should determine ukuthi wena wenzani ngemali yakho is you, okay? So if you're going to make financial decisions based on your pressure, then uzoqala ukuthenga amabhodlela because of your pressure, then uzoqala uthi ngalaleki because awunamali. And to be honest with you, ukuba nemali doesn't mean unemali in your bank account, darling, okay? Your salary is not imali. What's left after your salary, after you've spent your debit orders, after you've saved, is maybe something we can start talking about. So until you've even got a share investment or a share portfolio, ama investments, how many of us could even invest in some of these BE schemes that have been made available? Because on UPs aglalek and yet, well, aglalek monga patalani debit order. Let me tell you, honey.
Yeah, no, it's serious, Linda. It's serious. No, it's serious. And you know, while you're talking something about the pressure that come with social media, because we live in a digital age, whether we like it or not. Instagram, where you visualize this life you want or the perception people are making it, how is it impacting Batuba Lunkore? You know, they have black text come, maybe they have to assist Markamo, they need to show how they're making it. I saw a hashtag Nate Trenda Ning last week about Hore, you think you've made it, or you've attended the metros, or you think you've arrived, Mara, let's talk about, you know, how Instagram actually impacts, you know, how we want to live our lives, yet we still have so much to do, like investments, you know, like sort of savings as well.
You know, I think what's really important is for you is what she said, you need to know yourself. As a person, you need to understand who you are, where you are. And what's really, what I picked up from what she said is that if you're earning 15,000 Rand and your debts come up to 12,000 Rand, basically you are earning 3,000. That's your salary. And if that life is supposed to sustain Instagram, if that's your first point of call, if that life supposed to sustain Facebook, then already you are in trouble. You know what I mean? I don't think as a human being who is self-actualized, Facebook, social media, Instagram, Twitter should not be putting pressure on you. I mean, sorry for you, but how stupid must you be for you to be buying a car to show everybody else? Where at the end of the day, installment who's going to help you? Abantu Facebook, bye my likes.
Look at God. Mzansi for sure, and start my comments when and I think unombono ufuna Paula about the topic namhlanje black text.
Yeah, I've got something to share regarding black text. First, ngizoqala ngokuthi igama nje leli black text ngokuya ngami nje ngibona ngasigama eli right, especially ukuthi thina abantu abamnyama yabo, because of when you have to do something for your parents yabo, it has to be into ukuthi is a token of appreciation, not necessarily ukuthi they are taxing you imali or it's something that you are binded to do. Secondary to that, when I'm speaking about entrepreneurial, then there was a book that I was reading. I was just want to ngifuna nje ukuthatha example lencwadi lene. Le ncwadi le be stated clear ukuthi then some cultures within the African society our emails circulated 35 times to them before it goes to other people. If only we can grow that type of tendency as black people, we can be able to develop our families with. For instance, if ngisebenza then ngisiza umntana yithi, then ngiyamtshela ukuthi the way ngincede ngakhona you should help the other ones. Then poverty.
And I'll give you an example. For me, I definitely understand what he's saying, but I do find a bit of an issue with saying that we must pay back to our families out of appreciation. There is a certain situation in your family and you know it. There's a financial issue in your family. You need to fix it. It's no longer just an appreciation. It's now trying to, as you said, get ourselves out of this historical disadvantage that we're in. So what is it that we're supposed to do? We're supposed to, you know, start those education policies. They can't just be for you and your children. If you know that you've got siblings, you need to have education policies for your siblings. You need to get into business. Guys, we need to start businesses. And I know it's not that easy because people wake up and they think, oh, you've got a great business idea. Okay, now so business. It's not that easy. But we need to find a way in which we employ our people. And we need to find employment opportunities. We need to teach our people. And that's the problem with South Africa or Black South Africans is that we also attach this appreciation thing a bit too much. And don't shoot me, please. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying don't. It's not a show of appreciation or show of love. But if you know that there's an issue in your family financially, that's what you're supposed to address.
Right. Thank you. And in few seconds, what can we do going forward?
I think two things. One, siyathanda ukuxhoma. Okay, so I'm not going to tell you ukuthi ningaxhomi on Facebook and on Instagram. Can we rather get hashtag my shares are up trending? Can we rather get hashtag I signed another contract trending? Can we rather get hashtag I cancelled my credit card trending? So I'm not saying get off social media. I'm just like be on social media for the right reasons, darling, okay? Number one. Number two, I love what Nicolette said, okay? Too often, okay, we get stuck in the black tax phenomenon because we are treating the symptom and not the cause. If the cause is that your sibling can't go to school, there are ways for you to get your sibling to school without you forking out money. Why aren't you helping them get a company bursary? Why aren't you standing as a guarantee when they take out a student loan? And let me tell you something. Umuntu owazi ukuthi leso sikweletu simele bona mebeqeda ukufunda ngeke kube lula ukuthi amane decide after first year ukuthi mina ngisafunda like it happened to me. So let's find ways that are financially responsible to us for helping out back home. You can help back home without forking out a cent. You just need to figure out how. Let's see financial advisors. Let's tell our financial advisors to factor in and budget in our black tax obligations. Why? You can find an investment where you are helping your family get interest, not the capital. Learn to consume the fruit and not the seed of your works.
Free financial advice, more Daily Thetha. We are taking charge of our finances and we are eradicating black tax. So that's our agenda for this year. So make sure, of course, with all the research you can, make sure you find smart ways, wise, smart ways. You can, of course, assist in terms of the burdens. You can do it. But on that note, Ariam Papa Chunga,
Sabukele Daily Thetha no SABC 1 Mzansi for sure. Sikhuluma about black tax namhlanje sibuza ukuthi yona into elungile siyenze noma umthwalo nje owenza kube nzima ukuthi uqhubeke nempilo. And he said black tax nje ngoba sikhuluma ngayo abantu ba Twitter on Facebook naku Twitter as well. Daily_Thetha on Facebook naku Twitter sizwa nama comments wakho ukuthi china about the topic namhlanje. There is something from Anele Bai uthi into enhle ukunwabisa abazali bethu uyeve uve nje kumnandi nakuwe enhlizweni xa bejabule ngegama lakho noma ubapha u10 baye bavuye kakhulu. You know, even 10 rand. It doesn't have to be something so big or contributor ekhaya. That's from Anele Ebai.
I think it's really mashabana about something I appreciate as in But another comment from our studio audience members. Yes, Papa.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting topic because even if your family is financially stable, you can do it to your neighbor, not for your only family. Yes,
thank you so much for that comment. Well, because we come to sort of like, you know, and yeah, show yarena, are about also some people what happens if kids are from a family are manipulated by my family. Blackmail, or if you don't do this, this will happen to you. So Lona udiaka resentment. Hey, udiaka that resentment. How do you deal with the situation as well?
I think that's why you must separate the two. You must separate trying to financially get your family out of poverty and then those people who want to take advantage of you, because they are going to be there. But also when as a person, you know, giving people in your family money gives you some sort of elevation. Exactly. You start to internalize that thing. We get away. No, and it does come with a whole level of disrespect, because now you think you can control your family because so you need to almost balance the scale, and I don't know how to do it, but we have to as people to balance the scale. But for me personally, the most important thing, forget about people taking advantage of you. The one thing that we need to get out of is this financial disadvantage, and we need to find a way to structure it and get out of it.
And a closing comment from you, Mas Chaba?
All right, at the end of the day, you know, it's very important to and with everything said, we are more empowered, we have information. Let's slowly work towards breaking the cycle of poverty. It should stop with us. We are more empowered. But at the end of the day, family ke family send their grandparents to the old age home. That's not who we are.
Alrighty then. I'd go Jackie actually because almost studio audience before we wrap it up, that you know, darling. So I need that darling at the end. Jackie.
No, I agree with Master Chaba completely. I think we have to help each other out as much as we possibly can. You do know what's going on in your family, and whatever you have, sometimes it's not about money. Sometimes it's time. I find that even time to talk to my younger nephews and nieces about money and budgeting and whatever, they take it in because I give it to them in a cool way that they can relate to. So even talking and giving of your time is an investment.
Sure, that's very important.
So ready, ne?
Born ready. My closing comment is on Shokanonke because it's got nothing to do with numbers. It's got to do with psychology. I think we spend too much money trying to prove. Whatever it is we're proving, we've arrived. Usamke simbone TV unemali. Unicoletto fundile usenemali. Or you're trying to prove to your friends, which I'm doing well, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. As a guy, you're trying to prove you can afford a girlfriend. I just want to leave you with this comment. You are so enough. It doesn't matter what you are wearing. It doesn't matter what you are driving. You are so enough. Mina, when a guy tries to take me on a date, first thing I ask him is there residual on this car, darling? Because if there is, I'm not getting in it, okay? Ngicela ukubonana nawe, hayi nesikhiye semoto sakho, hayi nokuthi uhlala phi address. You, as a person, black people, we are so enough. We are enough.
Nice.
That's so true. Very so true.
My sister, I believe now in a comment of Shanje says Vala. Quick one.
Mina bengithi phela ngale batho batho tlamela go rutane go sebisa chelete. Ona le bukane ke bala ya rich dad, poor dad. Like mo like ntato ana le chelete. Ona ruta ngwana ha hore chelete e sebisa tjena. And chelete go bena lona tlamela o e sebeletse. Ha ona go tlo thola ntho fela from mine. Ha ona ntho jwa. So like mara hape hape tlamela like go gutlile morao. Like family tsa gona di bohlokwa batho.
Yeah. And how can we incorporate but how do we also give them and share that information? The fishing rod as opposed to just the fish.
If ke sa bue le ngwana heso ke re dile sekolong lwana ya sekolong ngwaneso o tloye mara if ke sa bue le yana never idea etsa ntho tse kaofela.
Siyabonga kakhulu sisi.
Thank you so much.
Kunakho konke team ngicabanga ukuthi la into esiyibona nevela ukuthi sisuke kuma families angafani and njoba sisuke kuma families angafani asifani nathi as well and nanokuthi if isimo sakho sithanda kuba nzima communicate with your family. Don't just sit there and usithole usukhipha imali yokugcina sungena kuma loans ongazi na ukuthi azokusiza ngani ngenxa ukuthi you trying to prove a point ukuthi okay ngiyasebenza umakholana mele bangibheke. Sit down with your family, maybe they can understand if ubatshela it guys I can only do 1, 2 and 3 for now.
Yeah. And also, I
think
communication is very key. We also trying to help because I think sometimes, most often, the decisions are very emotional. I mean, so you end up spending even more because it's emotional spending. You know, or you didn't have much. So I think communication, budgeting, consulting with your financial advisors, it's very, very, very key. Yeah.
Just a closing comment
from this side, yeah.
Yes. Okay, your comment about the topic.
In closing, and since we're speaking about black tax, ngifuna ukukhalimela abazali bethu ukuthi endlini kuba nama abantu esazi ukuthi sinomalume osiblessayo silethele grocer and then there comes me usebenza emakitchen. I can only contribute ngokuthi ngenzeni ngithenga electric loya uthenga igrocer uthenga everything lo bamthathele ekhanda ukudlula mina. So abazali bethu nalapho they should not ukuthi benzeni bakhethulule, they should treat us the same because esabantwana asifani. You can raise 5 kids uthole ukuthi ukuphumelela 2 and uthole ukuthi lo bhatala black tax kakhulu uyabamthathela ekhanda because he's paying more money. So black people should stop ukudetermine success yethu because financially you're liberated.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for commenting, Yagago. Well, we've come to the end of our show. Thank you so much for Gorojona Lokonule. Rekwile di comments jali namo on Facebook, on Twitter, nelinchele hashtag. Thank you so much for Gobanle Rinalibla about black tax and Neribla also about Musho Tushana. Please, guys, Nerinchele Wanditabing about the xenophobic attacks selling Nerirona. Let's also take care of our families and our African brothers and sisters. Say no to xenophobia. Do not participate in any violence. It's against your own African brothers and sisters. Say no to xenophobia. Such a powerful show.